Welcome to the 15th element of the Alkhemia path, phosphorus. As you listen, allow the wisdom of science, nature, and consciousness to inspire curiosity, the mantras to deepen awareness, and the practices to bring each experience into your daily life. Let us begin our journey through the Wheel of 12 and discover the alchemy of phosphorus. Before we dive into phosphorus, let's first clarify the difference between four commonly confused terms: phosphorus, white phosphorus, phosphorite, and phosphates. While they share a common origin, each has a distinct chemical structure and a unique role in nature and modern technology. Phosphorus is the chemical element with the symbol P and is essential for all known life. It plays a critical role in DNA, RNA, ATP, the cell's energy currency, and the formation of bones and teeth. Although phosphorus is abundant on Earth, it is rarely found in its pure elemental form because it reacts readily with other elements. Instead, it is usually found as phosphate compounds in rocks, soil, and living organisms. White phosphorus is one of the pure elemental forms, allotropes of phosphorus, consisting of P4 molecules. It is soft, waxy, highly reactive, and can ignite spontaneously when exposed to air at around 30 degrees Celsius, so it must be stored underwater. White phosphorus is also highly toxic to humans and animals due to its unique properties. It is mainly used in military smoke munitions, incendiary devices, and certain industrial chemical processes. Phosphorite is a naturally occurring sedimentary rock that is rich in phosphate minerals, primarily calcium phosphate. It is not pure phosphorus, but the world's most important natural source of phosphorus. After mining, phosphorite is processed to produce phosphoric acid and phosphate fertilizers. This makes it a vital resource for modern agriculture and global food production. Phosphates are a large family of stable chemical compounds containing the phosphate ion. They are the most common form of phosphorus found in nature and are essential for all living organisms. Plants absorb phosphate from the soil, while animals obtain it through food to build DNA, ATP, cell membranes, bones, and teeth. Phosphates are also widely used in fertilizers, food products, water treatment, and many industrial applications. Although these names are easy to confuse, each represents a different stage in the natural phosphorus cycle. Day 1. Chakra, Earth Star. Sign, Aries. On the first day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the spark of origin. Its name, from the Greek phos for light and phoros for bearer, means the one who carries the light. In resonance with Aries, phosphorus speaks of the impulse that ignites the path and begins transformation. White phosphorus is a highly reactive, toxic, and flammable allotrope of phosphorus that spontaneously ignites upon contact with oxygen. Because it burns aggressively, melts into a sticky liquid, and is notoriously difficult to extinguish with water, it is heavily restricted in military applications. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body are in sync with self-ignition. Time mantra. I am phosphorus. I am the spark that ignites clarity. Space mantra. I am igniting fire from my own being. I am phosphorus. Day 2. Chakra, root. Sign, Taurus. On the second day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of support. Present in bones and teeth, Phosphorus gives structure to the body and provides a solid foundation for life. In resonance with Taurus, it reminds us that every light needs roots from which to grow. Taurus directs attention to phosphorite, a sedimentary rock composed mainly of calcium phosphate. Formed from marine organism remains over millions of years, each deposit holds the memory of ancient oceans where life concentrated phosphates. Major reserves lie in Morocco, China, the US, and Jordan. Phosphorite is the primary source of phosphorus for agricultural fertilizers and is chemically stable, unlike reactive white phosphorus. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body are in sync with this mineral accumulation. Time Mantra. I have phosphorus. I have the strength of my living structure. Space Mantra. I am accumulating phosphorus in ancestral deposits. I am mineralized phosphorus. Day 3. Chakra, throat. Sign, Gemini. On the third day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of clarity. Phosphorus was once called the morning star in ancient alchemy for its glow in the dark. In resonance with Gemini, it invites us to speak words that illuminate and open new paths. From the throne of Gemini, we turn to ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the universal energy currency of life. Phosphorus sits at its core, forming 3 phosphate groups linked by high energy bonds. Each broken bond releases energy for cellular processes, while each rebuilt bond stores it again, cycling continuously in every living cell. Mitochondria regenerate ATP in microseconds, sustaining metabolism across all life. Gemini reminds us, energy and words both circulate and transform. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body in sync with energy transmission. Time Mantra. I communicate phosphorus. I communicate with the light that announces the new day. Space Mantra. I am transmitting energy through phosphorylated ATP. I am phosphorus that transmits. Day 4. Chakra, sacral. Sign, Cancer. On the 4th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of vital energy. Present in every cell, phosphorus takes part in the processes within our inner waters that release the energy-sustaining life. In resonance with Cancer, it reminds us that vitality also flows. It nourishes, moves, and gives rhythm to our inner world. From the throne of Cancer, we turn to phosphorus in DNA. It forms the phosphate backbone of the double helix, linking nucleotides through phosphodiester bonds, each bond connecting the 5' carbon of one sugar to the 3' carbon of the next. This negatively charged phosphate skeleton stabilizes the helical structure and protects the genetic code from enzymatic degradation. DNA resides in the cell nucleus, tightly packaged into chromosomes, where it preserves hereditary information across generations, holding life's blueprint. Cancer reminds us of care and preservation. Genetic memory is housed in phosphate architecture. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body unite in hereditary protection. Time Mantra. I feel phosphorus. I feel the vital energy flowing within me. Space Mantra. I am protecting genetic memory with phosphorus. I am phosphorus that protects. Day 5. Chakra. Solar plexus. Sign, Leo. On the 5th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of inner light. White phosphorus self-ignites and glows without sunlight. Leo honors this. As inner sovereignty, we each carry a hidden flame that shines in any darkness. True light lives within us, waiting only for our will to ignite it. From the throne of Leo, phosphorus lives up to its name, light bearer. In its white form, it oxidizes slowly in air, emitting a cool greenish glow without heat, a phenomenon called chemiluminescence. This cold light amazed ancient alchemists and symbolizes sovereign self-expression. Leo reminds us that true radiance needs no external flame. It shines from within, visible even in darkness. Excalibur calibrates the particle when mind, emotion, and body unite in luminous expression. Time mantra. I can phosphorus. I can shine in the night with my own fire. Space mantra. I am expressing cold light from my own being. I am phosphorus that shines. Day 6. Chakra, knees. Sign, Virgo. On the 6th day, phosphorus appears as white, red, and black. White glows in darkness, red kindles fire, black guards mystery, each form essential for transformation. Virgo sees this as the art of harmonizing diversity. Phosphorus shows that survival demands adaptation, as its light manifests in many forms, each essential to life's alchemy. From Virgo's throne, phosphorus reveals itself as a molecular regulator of extreme precision. Through phosphorylation, it adds or removes phosphate groups to activate or deactivate proteins with exact control. Each kinase and phosphatase works with absolute specificity, regulating metabolism and cellular signaling, finding its highest refinement in enzymatic order. Virgo reminds us that precision serves life. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body align with phosphate precision. Time mantra. I organize phosphorus. I organize my forms into pathways of transformation. Space mantra. I am regulating processes with precise phosphorus. I am purified phosphorus. Day 7. Chakra, heart. Sign, Libra. On the 7th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of vital balance. Phosphorus is vital for heart function because it is required to produce ATP, the cellular energy, and regulate muscle contractions. Both high and low phosphorus levels disrupt this balance, also known as hyperphosphatemia and low phosphorus. Hydroxyapatite builds bone with a precise 1.67 calcium to phosphorus ratio. The body and vitamin D regulate this balance to keep bones strong. Too much causes calcification. Too little leads to weakness. Most phosphorus stays in bones and teeth, but a small amount supports DNA and energy production in cells. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body are in sync with mineral balance. Time mantra. I balance phosphorus. I balance the energy that flows within me. Space mantra. I am balancing calcium and phosphorus in the right proportion I am balanced phosphorus. Day 8. Chakra, higher heart. Sign, Scorpio. On the 8th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of transformation. Phosphorus transforms food into energy in the body and death into rebirth in the soul. Scorpio embraces this as the essence of renewal. The flame never dies, it only changes form. Phosphorus does not destroy it, regenerates, awakens, and restores life to what seemed lost. From Scorpio's throne, white phosphorus reveals its dark face, a chemical weapon that burns at 815 degrees Celsius, penetrating to the bone with inextinguishable fire. What once bore light now brings destruction, teaching through horror. Yet Scorpio reminds us that even this shadow holds transformation. The flame that burns also purges, and from ash comes rebirth. Phosphorus walks the line between light and agony, between life and weapon. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body unite in conscious fire. Time mantra. I transform phosphorus. I transform my energy into the power of rebirth. Space mantra. I am transforming inextinguishable fire into consciousness. I am transformed phosphorus. Day 9. Chakra, third eye. Sign, Sagittarius. On the 9th day, phosphorus ignites as vision. Present in our bones, our cells, and even the stars, it reminds us that life is an inheritance of the cosmos. Sagittarius receives it as a fiery arrow pointing toward the infinite, teaching us that we are stellar sparks and that the light of the stars still burns within us. From the throne of Sagittarius, phosphorus reveals itself as the element, traveling through rocks, soils, plants, animals, oceans, and the atmosphere in a global biogeochemical cycle, connecting all realms of life. It expands across the planet, as each atom moves through cycles lasting millions of years, linking minerals with life. Sagittarius teaches us to expand our vision and see ourselves as part of this greater whole. Excalibur aligns the particle when mind, emotion, and body unite in planetary expansion. Time mantra. I see phosphorus. I see the light of the cosmos shining within me. Space mantra. I am expanding phosphorus across the entire planetary cycle. I am planetary phosphorus. Day 10. Chakra, ankles. Sign, Capricorn. On the 10th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of life's structure. Present in DNA, bones, and cell membranes, phosphorus supports the organization of life from its very origin. In resonance with Capricorn, it reminds us that every lasting structure needs a strong foundation. From the throne of Capricorn, phosphorus reveals itself as the foundation of modern agriculture, where phosphate rock is transformed into fertilizers that sustain global food production. Over 50 million tons of phosphate fertilizers are produced each year, feeding billions as mined phosphates nourish crops and support civilization. The light bearer becomes a lasting legacy, building the structures that sustain life through agriculture. Excalibur calibrates the particle when mind, emotion, and body align through agricultural structural commitment. Time mantra. I use phosphorus. I use my structure to sustain life. Space mantra. I am building agriculture with mineral phosphorus. I am phosphorus, established in structure. Day 11. Chakra, crown. Sign, Aquarius. On the 11th day, phosphorus expands into collective consciousness. On Earth, it fertilizes fields that feed millions, while within the body it supports every living cell. Aquarius receives it as sacred science, reminding us that phosphorus belongs to all life and that every individual spark is part of a greater fire. It teaches us that the fire of life grows when it is shared. From the throne of Aquarius, phosphorus reveals itself as a finite resource that humanity is learning to recover and recycle from wastewater. Through struvite recovery, phosphates from urine and sewage are transformed into reusable fertilizers, opening the way to a circular phosphorus cycle and reducing dependence on depleting mines. Phosphorus becomes a symbol of innovation, where science and collective vision transform waste into a sustainable future. Excalibur calibrates the particle when mind, emotion, and body share a sustainable vision. Time mantra. I know phosphorus. I know how to multiply life through the network. Space mantra. I am releasing circular cycles of phosphorus into the future. I am phosphorus, connected in circularity. Day 12. Higher star. Sign, Pisces. On the 12th day of the phosphorus cycle, we connect with the power of the invisible, present in every cell. Phosphorus quietly takes part in the processes that keep our energy alive. In resonance with Pisces, it reminds us that what is essential is often unseen, yet it sustains every moment of life. From the throne of Pisces, phosphorus reveals itself as dissolved phosphate flowing through the oceans, where it sustains phytoplankton and enables oceanic photosynthesis that generates nearly half of Earth's oxygen. Present at concentrations of just 0.001 to 0.1 milligrams per liter in surface waters, each phosphate ion nourishes microscopic algae, supports marine food chains, and returns through the eternal phosphorus cycle. Seen from Pisces, the light bearer finds unity in the universal oceanic flow, where all life is connected. Excalibur calibrates the particle when mind, emotion, and body align in oceanic nutrient unity. Time mantra. I believe phosphorus. I believe in the invisible flame that dreams me into being. Space mantra. I am dissolving phosphorus into the breathing ocean. I am unified phosphorus. Day 13. Chakra, toroid. Sign, Integration. On the 13th day, phosphorus reveals its highest alchemy. Throughout 12 journeys, it has appeared as root and support, a spark in the darkness, a regulator of life, the morning star, and a network connecting all existence. Today, these facets unite as the sword of light. Phosphorus is the fire that dissolves shadow, revealing clarity instead of destruction. Its alchemy transforms darkness into conscious light, reminding us that every spark within us is part of the eternal flame. By integrating phosphorus, darkness becomes fertile ground for light to blossom. The 12 thrones of the round table have revealed the 12 facets of phosphorus. At the center, Excalibur holds the synthesis, while Thoth Merlin unites the 12 points of view into a single act of calibration, sealing the stone and opening the next cycle. Phosphorus has revealed itself through self-ignition, ATP energy transfer, the DNA backbone, phosphorescence, enzyme regulation, bone mineralization, fire, the planetary biogeochemical cycle, agriculture, nutrient recycling, and oceanic photosynthesis. Together, these facets reveal one substance, the light bearer, the carrier of energy, protected memory, and the regulator of life. By calibrating phosphorus, you have activated the 15th layer of your internal philosopher's stone. Alchemical seal. I am the new state of consciousness. Avra Kedavra, I create as I speak. The phosphorus cycle is complete. The round table prepares for the next element. Time mantra. I alchemize phosphorus. I alchemize my fire into a sword of clarity. Space mantra. I am sealing the phosphorus cycle in my philosopher's stone. I am complete phosphorus. I am the stone forming. Alchemical seal. I am the new state of consciousness. Avra Kedavra, I create as I speak. The phosphorus cycle is complete. The round table prepares for the next element. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Wish you all a wonderful integration. We look forward to meeting you again in the next element.